So recently it looks like the U.S. Ambassador to South Africa, Ambassador Leo Bozell, touched down in South Africa, and he seems to have committed the cardinal sin of apology. In one of his many recent interviews that he's had, he has, according to the 5 points that America laid out regarding South Africa, that America sees that South Africa needs to address. I'll read them all. Prioritizing rural safety and protecting communities from violence. 2. Condemning rhetoric that incites hatred or glorifies violence, explicitly calling out and rejecting chants like "kill the Boer, kill the farmer," or similar inflammatory statements as unacceptable. Reconsidering or rethinking the Expropriation Act, reforming or scaling back broad-based black economic empowerment, becoming non-aligned, or reducing certain foreign engagements. So it would seem he has been strong-armed by the would-be powers of South Africa and has already reneged and apologized for point 2. Just 7 hours ago, thanks to @biznews.com, this is his official U.S. Ambassador to the Republic of South Africa X account. In a recent interview, he was discussing with BizNews about the issues of South Africa and what he hopes to achieve while he is here. Anyway, one of the things that got brought up was obviously point 2 regarding the condemning rhetoric that incites hatred or glorifies violence, explicitly the "kill the Boer" chant. So it seems like the commie powers that are present in South Africa, which is basically all the leadership of South Africa, have called him out on this and made a big stink about it, both online and possibly to his face, I would assume, during the meetings that he's had with them as well. So yeah, on his official page on X, he says, "Thanks to @BizNews for hosting me yesterday. I wanted to clarify that while my personal view, like that of many South Africans, is that 'kill the Boer' constitutes hate speech, the US government respects the independence and findings of South Africa's judiciary." A very, very silly thing to do. Because what this essentially means is, also when Trump brought Cyril Ramaphosa into the office, the Oval Office last year, Trump also made it quite clear that all this rhetoric is considered hate speech. And it seems like now the Ambassador Bozell is now recanting not only what he said, but also what the US government has said. So we're going to be waiting for an official statement from the government about this, the US government in particular, but already this is the problem. As soon as you recant a little bit with leftists, communists, socialists, these type of people, they will take you to the cleaners. Here's a few clips from the news regarding the situation.
Public remarks made by the United States Ambassador to South Africa. While South Africa welcomes active public diplomacy and the strengthening of bilateral ties, we emphasize that such engagements must remain consistent with established diplomatic etiquette and international protocols. In this regard, we have called in the Ambassador of the United States, Ambassador Bozell, to explain his undiplomatic remarks. And in his engagements and visits to various sites in South Africa, including the Apartheid Museum, District 6, and other historical places. In the engagements, he acknowledges that given our history, South Africa needs redress and is willing to.
And once again, it starts with all of these things regarding redress, regarding the terrible things that were done under apartheid, the terrible things that happened in the past. It's all fine and well to talk about that, but what about the more recent historical issues? The more recent things that have been happening under 32 years of ANC leadership? Are those things going to get redressed, or is it simply only because white people, and they're the ones that continually bring a race into it? Not our side. Are those issues that the ANC has caused, are they going to also get redressed? What do they mean by it? It's always very vague and always very cloak and dagger with these kind of people.
Work with us constructively in this regard. I will later allow the Director General, Mr. Zain Dengo, to elaborate further on the discussion with the U.S. Ambassador. South Africa has consistently affirmed that the United States is a vital strategic partner for our economy.
But also China
and geopolitical issues,
and Iran,
particularly on peace and security across the world. This relationship is not a one-sided relationship. South African companies maintain a significant investment in the United States, proportionate to our economy.
But as long as BE is present, it will continue to do so. Isn't that right? They never bring up the full story. It's always sneaky diplomatic talk that they never quite address the actual issues at hand. It's always about, let's see how much we can get away with. Let's pretend that everything is okay. Let's pretend we're all friends here. But when it comes to actual issues regarding BEE, regarding Kill the Boer, regarding all the controversial topics, then it's like, no. We'll avoid those. Let's avoid those for the sake of keeping the waters still.
It will not be possible for us to have the same size of investment to the US, given our economy size, compared to the United States. But we have got some presence there, including in sectors such as energy and chemicals. Sasol is one of our leading companies invested in the USA. But there are also other South African companies that are there. And South Africa remains a leading supplier of critical minerals to the US.
The US can do without us.
We continue to emphasize that critical minerals, there must be value addition in South Africa and in the African continent. And this is a partnership we look forward to continue to build with the United States. We reiterate that broad-based black economic empowerment is not reverse racism.
There you go. There you go. Broad-based black economic empowerment is not reverse racism. No. It's once again cloaked with the terminology of redress. We're redressing the woes of the past regime by, if anything, doing exactly the same as what they did, and actually far, far worse. The old regime built schools for black people. Hardly any black people under the old regime, apartheid, were unemployed. No. Don't let it happen, America. Don't let it happen, UK. Don't let it happen. Not to your countries, please.
As regrettably insinuated by the ambassador, it is a fundamental instrument designed to address the structural imbalances of South Africa's unique
there it
history.
is.
It is a constitutional imperative. that the South African government can and will never abandon.
Of course. Of course. But that's the thing, they have to double down, don't they? They have to double down. Because it's all that they know. That's all that they know. That's all that they've ever known. This is what happens when the Marxist theories become racialized, which they have done. And they have done for a many long time. That's exactly what happens. What's this? Bozell is an apartheid collaborator. His deployment in SA is for minority interests. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see what this is all about. So this came out in, January 28th, 1987. Howard Phillips, Dear Howard. Okay, so this is from Brent Bozell the third. Okay, good. Dear Howard, NCPAC is proud to become a member of the coalition against ANC terrorism. What? Call them terrorists? How dare you? We agree that the impending meeting between Secretary of State Schultz and ANC President Tambo represents an unsatisfactory trend in U.S. policy towards South Africa. Let us know how we can help. You were right the first time. I mean, ANC was an offshoot of the South African Communist Party. They're communists. Communists have historically always been anti-West. And this is why this whole rhetoric about, no, us as South Africans, well, this is how they phrase it, you know, we South Africans should be allowed to ally ourselves with both the likes of the West, America, Europe, the UK, as well as China, Iran, and whoever else we see fit as a business partner, a geopolitical partner. Historically, this never worked. That doesn't work with a whole bunch of other governments around the world, yet somehow South Africa thinks that we can both trade with America and with America's geopolitical enemies. And then as soon as we get called out for it, the mentality is, why are you shouting at me? Why are you blaming me? Can't you see that I'm oppressed? Yeah. What's this? You must decide whether you are here to engage a sovereign... there it is, sovereign state. So sovereign state, that's exactly what it is. That's the wording that lets them off the hook regarding whatever they're doing. It's typical. Iran, considered a sovereign state. So whatever they do to their people, whatever human rights violations happen in their country, a sovereign state. You're not allowed to get involved. Whatever happens in Cuba, the government of Cuba, whatever they decide to do with their people, no one can get involved. A sovereign state. Anyway, engage a sovereign state or to appeal to the lunatic fringe. Here it is. This is what we are. We are the lunatic fringe. Referring to, I don't know, white people, conservative people, level-headed people, really anybody that's not socialist, not communist, not Marxist, not progressive, not liberal in their ideology. We're the lunatic fringe. Fantastic. Neither the South African government nor the major party in the GNU has a policy to kill the Boer. That song is not sung at their official gatherings. Yet you have, that's obviously referring to Ambassador Bozell, where am I? Yet you have allowed yourself, there it is, you have allowed yourself to be drawn into the amplifying into amplifying a fringe obsession that most South Africans, there it is, there's the generalization to make it sound absurd mentality. Most South Africans, you know, it's just a small amount of people that think like this. Oh, you're so silly to think like this. Most South Africans, including the state, are not preoccupied with. Of course, so it's always, you're not, as a thought experiment, what would happen if the farmers, the majority of the commercial farmers were in fact black people, and there was a bunch of white people that were running around saying, kill the farmers, kill the Boers. That would be considered hate speech by every single court on the planet. Yet, somehow, because of Marxist racial ideology, it's okay because it's geared towards white people. That makes it historically fine, because historically white people have always been the oppressor. So to use this kind of rhetoric against white people is 100%. To use it against any other race, any other ethnicity, ooh, hot water. Hot water. And it's a shame that this has occurred. But we'll see what the US has to say in their official statement. Hopefully it will come out soon and we will check it out. Anyway, that's all from me. Check you on the next one. Cheers.